Hi YouTube, Rob here, Team Force Judgment. I'm going to be showing you an infernity deck now. Um, my deck is kind of different from most infernity decks, so I'm just going to get right into it, explain the non-explanatory things, and kind of just pass by the things that I think don't really need an explanation. Starting off with the monsters, I run 3 Archfiends, basic, like obviously. Then I run 3 Necromancer, like everybody. Now here's where it's a little bit different, because I run 3 Mirage. Some people only run 2. I think it's too good of a top deck. It's like an extra launcher to only run 2 of. If I draw it, that's fine. I just discard it and remove it from play with 100 Eyes later. So drawing into it early game is not bad. It's food for Greffer, basically. 2 Avenger. I find that this is better than 3 Beetle all the time. 1 Plague. This helps me to do so many more combos, it's not even funny. I can discard this for Inferno and Greffer and all that good stuff as well, so Plague Spread is really amazing in this deck. I didn't know it would be so amazing at first. I was running a Beetle, and once I switched it to Plague, I just liked it so much better. Stygian Street Patrol. I just run 1. Some people run 2. I find that 2, I draw too much, and I don't use it that much. Because once I get the whole loop going, I'll run out of room in my backfield, and I'll have a Stygian in the graveyard with nothing to do with him, so it's like kind of pointless. So I just run 1. And I run 2 Dark Greffer. 2 Dark Greffer is really good in this deck. It's obviously self-explanatory. Excuse me, sorry. I also run 1 Armageddon Knight. This I run because I also run Rhoda. So this helps me to, like, it gives me more options basically. And if I didn't draw into any monsters, Dark Greffer becomes a dead card, and that does happen from time to time. So, like, if I have, like, no monsters in my hand and I draw into Rhoda that turn, I'm going to go for Armageddon Knight and pitch something out that can be useful later in the game. So, Armageddon Knight's really good in my opinion. I can send out a Plague Spreader and top deck to just immediately synchro up, so there's a lot of good uses for him. I think that running 1 is kind of necessary. Now for the spells, I run 1 Infernity Launcher, obviously. 1 Monster Reborn, staple. 1 Foolish Burial. This is just to get that last thing in the graveyard that I may need. I'm not sure if many other people run this or not. I can't really remember at this point, but I know that it's really good. 1 Rhoda. Basically just lets me get Greffer and Armageddon Knight, so it's really good. Helps me thin out the deck. 1 MST. I don't run 2. I don't like blind MSTing, so 2 is not really my favorite ratio. 3 Book of Moons. This is another thing some people may like disagree with me on. I just think that Book is like a really good safety card, gets around trap stun, helps save me a turn, which is usually all I need, so 3 books is like really good in my opinion. And if I draw into 2, then it's fine, I'll just ditch 1 for Inferno. Doesn't really matter. 1 Giant Trunade. This just lets me make everything go up so I can blast or, you know, go off. That way I can like get all my combos set up. Then if they want to set everything again, I don't really care. Dark Hole. This is a staple. I'm not going to explain it. Now for my traps, I run 2 Trap Stuns. Trap Stun's a really broke card, and it's especially good in this deck, because once I get the Trap Stun off, I'm going to explode and just do all the combos that I have in my deck, and my opponent's not going to be able to stop me. So, besides, I mean, unless they have Book or Effect Veiler, which might happen, and then they're a really good player, and it's going to be an interesting duel. 1 Starlight Road. I really like Starlight Road, especially in this deck, because I have so much heavy back row, and against decks like GBs, if they don't go Cold Wave first, and they think I'm a noob, because I just set so many cards, when really I'm playing Infernities, they're going to get like a nasty surprise. Triple Inferno. Basically, this just gets stuff in the grave. Everybody knows what that does. Mirror Force, staple. Call, staple. I mean, if I top deck this, it's like top decking Archfiend, because I get back the Archfiend. Torrential, staple. Bottomless. I only run one, because I run Torrential as well, and I couldn't find room. And possibly another reason I only run one is because I run once all morning. This is a deck I really don't mind paying a lot of life points in, so I know once I get my whole my whole chain of things going off, it's not gonna matter. So once all morning. One Solemn Judgment, like I said, don't care about paying too many life points, because once I go off, it's pretty much over. Triple Infernity Barrier. Best card in the deck, just so amazing. Wins me so many duels. Just completely locks my opponent down from doing anything. It's just such a heavy control card. It's better than Chariot. To be totally honest, it's better than Chariot. It's really good. And one Infernity Break. I actually want to run two of these. If you don't know what it is, I remove an Infernity card from my graveyard when I have no cards in my hand and destroy a card on the field. It's like a Raigeki break, but instead of discarding, I remove from my graveyard an Infernity card. So it's really good. I really like that card. Next up, we got three Heroes Roll 2s. Oh, excuse me. This is my side deck now. The main deck I already went over. My side deck, I got 3 Hero Roll 2. Really good, just stops my opponent from screwing with my graveyard, and it's also really good against Glads, because they don't get to go like Darius and all that stuff, just their crazy shenanigans. It's really good against Quick Draw, so many decks right now, it's really good against, so 3 is essential. 2 Chivalries, this is against GBs. I have a little bit of trouble against GBs, and after they smack into my Mirage, or I mean my Necromancer, they go to tag out. I just don't want them to tag out. And it's also good against a few other decks like Lightsworn and Blackwings if I wanted to run it against them. Some other random stuff too, like Stardust Assault. One Nobleman to cross out. This is against X-Sabers. I hate going and doing my big explosion loop, and then it's like I kill a Dark Soul, they get to search, and then next turn they explode back. I really don't like that, so I run Nobleman to get rid of that Dark Soul. It's also really good against Quick Draw decks. 2 Crevice. I can't run DD Crow because I can't have cards in my hand. Any good Infernity player knows this. You don't side Crows, you don't side Cyber Dragons, you don't side Effect Veilers, because it's going to be stuck in your hand and you're going to lose the duel because of it. Because this deck's all about control, and you can't have control with a card in your hand in Infernity. So I run Crevice to remove stuff from play. Actually, a neat little trick with this is you can remove from yours or your opponent's graveyard. So if you need room in your back row, what you do is you Crevice and you remove your own stuff as well as your opponent's stuff. Like you go Dark and you remove like something from their grave and yours if you need the room. Just a neat little trick. You probably never will need to use it, but in case you do, there you go. 3 Fisher. Just kills the Consecrated Light, 1/1 destruction. It's good. Empties my hand out a little bit. I can set it, then activate it, so that's really good. Just Fisher's an amazing card in general. It's not as good as Smashing, but it's nearly. Magic Drain. This is to stop Cold Wave, that kind of thing, so I don't like being screwed over. Mind Crush just kills X-Sabers and a lot of other decks. My other MST and Royal Oppression. After I go off and all that stuff, if I get the Oppression down, I'm usually going to be able to win the duel just because of Oppression. Synchros, Armory Arm, so broke, lets me do the Armory Arm Colossal OTK. So a lot of times I don't even have to do my whole thing. I can just go Trap Stun into Colossal Fighter Armory Arm and then just go for game that way. Magical Android, also really good. Catastor, also really good. This thing is one of the best cards in my extra deck. I've won so many duels just because of this card alone. Just so amazing. What it does is if it kills a monster by battle during the battle phase, it gains 800 attack and can attack again. Really broke. Bryanak, Urquizus, this guy needs to be in everyone's extra deck. He's so broke if you get to use his effect. He pushes for game. He's amazing against tokens and all that shit. Goyle Guardian, which is really good, obviously. 2 Stardust Dragons, really good, helps me control the duel. Colossal, 300 Eyes Dragons, and 1 Infernity Doom Dragon. I would run 2 and 2, but I don't have an Infernity Doom Dragon at the moment. And then 1 Mistworm for those times you need to go for Mistworm. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, YouTube.